Good morning.
It's not even morning.
Who knows, Josh? Maybe someone's listening to this in the morning.
Okay, that's good. I thought you were talking to me, though.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't even facing you when I said that.
I don't know. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
How's your New Year?
What is it, 4 days in? Pretty solid 4 days. Spent 2 of them hungover.
I was actually talking about the New Year celebration itself.
Oh. My New Year's celebration. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. It was good.
You seem shocked about it.
It put me in a 2-day hangover, so it was good.
Yeah, nice.
How was yours?
Did
I just set you up for something?
You know what? The New Year itself was... we traveled down to Cologne, where our mother lives. My wife and I and our daughter, we went down to Cologne, where Noah and I's mother lives.
Thanks for explaining that.
Well, just because the pronouns were, I think, getting a little slippery.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
I'm Josh.
And this is Noah. I don't think we've ever done that, have we?
Nope. Right, because we, for those of you who aren't in Berlin or don't know, Berlin over in the New Year is effing crazy. At least in the neighborhood where we live, in particular.
And by effing, you mean fucking crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
Because people are allowed to buy fireworks and firecrackers, and often people, at least around here, around me, are getting extremely illegal stuff, which is loud and obnoxious. And it basically,
stuff.
it sounds like a goddamn war zone starting in the evening on nights beforehand.
Yeah,
all of last week.
Yeah. But to be fair, I've been elsewhere in Germany during New Year's, and it's pretty crazy elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's as sustained crazy.
Yeah, well, big city stuff. I'm talking about small little Siegburg where our parents live.
Right. Well, that is exactly why my wife and I decided we were going to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
And we found...
You mean get the F out of Dodge.
Get the F out of Dodge. So we were actually looking at going like out into the country for a night or whatever, and we couldn't find any place that would accept a reservation under 3 nights. And then, of course... there weren't a lot of these vacation rentals even available. And then the big places, they wanted you to have their big New Year celebration. It was all getting really expensive. And then I discovered that Ryanair flies between Berlin and Cologne because our mother discovered this. And they have this crazy deal with like 10 euro tickets. So
red flag.
I know. Well, the thing is, Meg and I, my wife and I, when we were traveling around Europe 5 years ago, we flew on Ryanair from Edinburgh to Berlin because it was the only flight we could even take.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anything specific, but it was just one of the worst flying experiences we'd ever had. And we swore up and down we would never fly with Ryanair again.
Yeah.
But then these tickets came up.
So
for 60 euros round trip, we could get out of Berlin and go visit our mother, and that whatever, it made things a lot easier. So we thought, all right, let's just bite the bullet and do this. And the flight down there, totally fine. I mean, it's beyond no frills.
Yeah.
They don't even have a seat pocket in front of you. They just have you been on Ryanair?
I think I have.
They
I can't remember actually. I've been on some budget lines though.
they print the safety thing.
Yeah.
It's not a leaflet. It's just printed on the seat back in front of you. And
so cut costs.
And then they have like lottery tickets you can buy. And they're just bombarding you with advertisements, just trying to sell you everything. Yeah. But fuck it. It was totally fine flying down there for 10 euros. But the flight back, they make you line up ahead of time because they want to go through all like the ticket checks and everything before, like not on your way into the plane, but they do it and like they get everyone.
In the gate,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Easyjet does the same.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's something to be said for it, but it means you have to get even earlier to the airport. But we get the airport all on time and everything in Cologne, and the flight is supposed to leave at 8:50, and at 10 after 8, they call boarding. So everyone fucking lines up. And we're standing there for a half hour.
In line?
Yeah, there's not a plane in sight. The plane isn't there yet.
Oh, that's weird.
And now they're like realizing, there's no announcement or anything. Everyone's just still standing in line. And then finally we see the plane come in, and now they start letting everyone. And we had priority because we have our 2-year-old. So they bring us in first, and they lead us down the jetway, like halfway, where it like turns.
Yeah.
So before it turns, they just funnel us into there. So we're at the very front, and everyone was just coming up behind us, and they basically used that first corridor of the jetway as like holding. And meanwhile, they're letting the people off the plane. And then I realized, like, there's no way the plane is not at the end of the jetway, because they don't pay for that.
Right.
The plane is out in the fucking tarmac with 2 ladders up to it. So we have to get down to the tarmac. And I realize there's no way to do that except
Go back out.
No, 2 flights of stairs down.
Oh.
Well, I did think maybe they're sending us back out. Now we're at the end of the line. But I got the fucking stroller, and there's no check-in, so we've got 3 bags.
Right.
My wife is 8 months pregnant, so I've got most of the bags and the stroller, and I have to huff it down 2 flights of stairs down to the fucking tarmac. Then we finally get on the goddamn plane, and we sit there for another 20 minutes. And the pilot comes on and says there's a technical problem, and it's gonna be another 10 minutes for them to fix it. 10 minutes later, he comes on. They still haven't fixed it. He doesn't know when they're going to be able to fix it now. We were on the plane, sitting on the plane for 2 hours. And fucking Ryanair doesn't start giving... They don't give out anything. They don't give out water or snacks.
Sell that water.
Well, the thing is, in Europe, as opposed to in the States, there's actually there's statutory, there's laws that regard, flight delays and stuff. And I looked it up because why the fuck wouldn't I? If for a flight under 1,500 kilometers, at 2 hours, they have to offer you free refreshments. So other people start bringing this up with them too, because there's other kids on the plane,
Right.
And now it's 11 o'clock at night, and we've been online since 8 o'clock. So we start, people start kind of getting riled up, and they're like, the crew just refuses to admit.
Yeah.
And they're just, no, it's 3 hours. Dublin has told us it's 3 hours, blah, blah. And meanwhile, this is the same exact thing that happened to our mother in November on a Ryanair flight. So I'm thinking, holy fucking shit. This is some sneaky bullshit.
Yeah.
This is not some hapless crew who doesn't know the rules. Like, they're being told to do something illegal, essentially. I've written an angry letter.
That's it. That's you sit on the plane for 2 hours, more than 2 hours.
The thing is, we were smart and we brought a ton of shit.
Yeah.
So we were okay. But I was just so incensed that this crew is saying
bald-faced lies.
Just bald-faced. And I show them because I loaded up the Wikipedia thing too. Like, here, look at it.
Yeah.
No. And, in retrospect, I feel just a little bit bad because, as many people have pointed out to me, and you can find out about it online, the Ryanair crew, they're paid almost nothing, and they basically get
commission on how many people.
No, how much they sell.
Yeah.
If they don't, they have a quota they have to meet of how much they have to sell on board.
So fucked. Yeah.
So of course these people are whatever.
They should write an angry letter.
Yeah, man, they should. Anyway, so that was the second, because at New Year, our daughter, fucking 2.5-year-old, managed to stay up and see the fireworks. And we saw them from a balcony, saw the fireworks over the Cologne Cathedral. It was actually really great. And she had a great time. And then, like 10 minutes after the fireworks are still going off, but after the big, thing at midnight, you could see her eyes glaze over, and she just fell asleep in my arms. And we got home and everything. And then the next night, we didn't get home until we didn't get to the airport till mid. So she was up till like 1 a.m. for 2 nights.
Ooh, what a party girl!
Not for mom and dad. Been a rough couple of days for us since then. Her sleep patterns been just fucked up.
All right, guys, we'll apologize for the announcement again, but we still haven't found the technical problem in the engine, so it's going to be just another 10 minutes. Just another 10 minutes. Please sit still, and thank you for your patience.
Excuse me, steward?
Yes.
Flight attendant or whatever. I don't even know what you're called anymore.
Well, we mostly just sell things now, but
so you're like a
sir. You can just call me sir.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I have it in me to call you sir right now, because I am just flipping mad.
Okay.
Right now.
You stay calm. That's fine.
Wow, you asked me to stay calm. We've been in this plane for 4.5 hours, okay?
Well,
And
you heard the captain. The engine has still not been fixed. Would you like to fly the plane with a broken engine?
Of course not, but I would very much like to get off of the plane.
Well,
okay?
we legally can't do that. We're in the middle of the runway and the plane can't move. So we'll have the engine fixed in 10 minutes. And in the meantime, feel free to buy some candy bars or some liquor from me.
That is the other point that I want to make right now. This is, okay, it's not just immoral, but this is actually illegal. You need to give us food.
Oh, I'm sorry, actually. According to my bosses out in Ireland, at 4 hours and 45 minutes, I actually need to start collecting water and food from the passengers.
What?
Yes, exactly. I know.
That doesn't even make any sense. We don't. Okay, first of all,
I work for the company. It's not my fault, and I truly do apologize. But in 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to start collecting from you. Okay, so just stay calm, and let's hope that the engine is fixed real soon.
You're just following orders, right? You jump off the cliff if Dublin told you to, huh? Is that what you're telling me right now?
That's a little bit unfair, but you
told me that rather than give passengers water and food, you're going to take the water and food that whoever, I don't even know who has it at this point on the plane, but you're going to take it from them?
Well, yes. I mean, the stewards need to drink and eat too.
You've got full carts.
Yeah,
in the
but
back.
Those cost money, and you know how much we get paid. Not a whole lot. So
I don't know how much you get paid. Why would I know that?
Well, it's in public records. But here, take these leaflets. These are advertisements for everything that you can buy here.
I don't want to buy anything.
There's a nice Rolex watch.
Okay, I am going to pull up. This is the website for the European Commission. Okay, I'm going to pull this up here, and you can see that at the 3-hour mark, you need to let us be able to be rebooked and get off of this. But right now, this is kidnapping.
I noticed that you pulled out your smartphone.
Yeah, that's how I'm showing this to you.
Okay, I don't know if you read the policies here on the airline, but if you are using a smartphone, there is a surcharge, and we're going to have to collect a little bit of money for that.
No. How could you even? That is insane. How could you possibly?
Well,
it's not legal. That's not a legal thing that you can do.
I'm sorry. This is a privately owned jet by a company who sets its own policies, and
yeah, but those policies have to adhere to international law.
Sorry, is your child crying? Is that your crying
Yes, because this is why my daughter and my baby, my 3-month-old baby, they both need some sustenance.
Yep, there's a noise tax. I do want to let you know.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There's a noise tax here, and we will be charging you for that additionally.
Okay, I don't have any money. How are you going to charge me?
Well, we will get our lawyers after you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
So at some point in the future, I'm going to get...
You're going to get a letter from our lawyers, and there will be an additional charge on top of that for lawyer fees.
You son of a bitch.
Enjoy your flight.
Not that far off from...
Is that how it was, Josh?
The truth. You needed to have put on a Eastern European accent and broken English.
Damn.
And there's no way that you can speak German. That was actually one of the funniest parts of it.
They didn't speak German.
They didn't speak any German.
Did they speak English?
They spoke broken English.
Right.
And it was a really funny situation because there were a couple of Germans who were getting, of course, angry. All of us were. And Germans, their English is totally fine. So, for a lot of people, they were able to communicate. They were able to express themselves. Thank you. But there was one or two people who were just like trying to do it in English, and then like when the people would walk away, they would just like flip out in German, blah, blah. And so like when these interactions would continue, I'd start piping up like anybody around me as soon as I would just be the one, be like, blah, 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 yelling at them in English on the behalf of
the Germans. Nice. The mouthpiece.
And when we were leaving the plane, they were like doing the cursory, like, good night, have a good night, have a good night. And I walk past and there's nothing.
Yeah. You got the shit for it.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind. If it's my little bit of revenge.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Fuck me. Good. We did want to make one other little announcement, didn't we?
Yeah. Trying to think what that announcement was.
Actually, I guess there could be two of them.
I mean,
There's
we
a
could
lot.
do a lot of announcements.
We could do
but
a
we're
lot.
trying to limit our announcements.
Right. Well, all right. The future of Piffle.
Oh yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah. I feel like this is a podcast in and of itself. You know, we're going to talk about this in depth next week. But the long and short of it is that I've got another kid coming in February. Noah's got his own baby, which is the Comedy Cafe Berlin.
No, this is a crying baby.
Oh, boy. It's probably more expensive than my baby.
I would definitely say that.
Because you don't get
Kindergeld.
paid time off. So we've got other projects that we've had on the back burner for a while because Piffle has been taking up so much of our time, and
Quite frankly, we've not heard a single goddamn tweet from anybody.
so fuck you. No, hey, the show is so much goddamn fun, and we'll be doing it just not regularly. So Piffle will continue on as this silly little podcast that Noah and I do. We're going to try to introduce some fun little elements, but it's really just going to be the two of us, and not a whole produced live show that requires an immense amount of work and money that we just can't do anymore. We've got other shows that we're going to be working on. If you live in Berlin, we strongly encourage you to come out to them.
Yes.
At the Comedy Cafe
Yes.
Berlin. I'd say the one right now that I really want to push is
Push it.
Tatort of English.
Yeah. It's got a lot of interest on the social medias.
Hopefully we get a good crowd. This is going to be a shit ton of fun. It's going to be Noah, me, two other improvisers, and our friend Ben Southam on keys. And we're going to put on Tatort. And we're going to turn off the sound.
And we're going to take over the voices.
We're gonna give the Germans the taste of their own medicine when it comes to dubbing, because the Germans love to fucking dub everything, and it's awful. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna dub Tatort into English live, improvised. We're not gonna know what the episode's about because it's gonna be live, and we're just gonna do it. It's gonna be crazy and fun. And I think the idea, probably not for the first one, because hopefully we don't know how good it's going to be. No, it's going to be good.
No,
but
it's going to be great.
I think the idea that we wanted to have going forward is we're going to record them and we'll release them as a MP3s or maybe even a podcast. And for those of you who aren't in Berlin, you can download it and play it along with the episode.
And then you'll get
the experience.
You get the experience right there. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. So, at the death of a live Piffle show. Not a full-on death.
It's not a death. It's like it's in carbonite.
There is there is birth of a new.
Yeah, that's right.
And that is sort of the flavor and sort of feeling that I get right now, starting 2016,
New
top
stuff.
of the month.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of new stuff.
2016's got a whole bunch of new stuff, and we've got a couple other podcast projects that we're cooking up slowly
On the boiler.
Yeah.
And fucking Comedy Cafe Berlin's got a whole new lineup, so it's all good and gravy. Every Friday, Josh.
We just used a lot of cooking metaphors and similes.
Are
you as hungry as I am?
Good. I'm sorry, son, for your loss. Your dog was a great dog, and
What happened to my dog?
oh, it was doing great, but nobody loved it, and it died of a lack of love.
What? I went off to college. I didn't. You told me that you were going to take care. I said I was going to be back in the winter semester, and I'd figure out a way to bring it back with me, but I couldn't.
It's too late.
What happened?
Well, it was neglected. Nobody pet it. Since you were gone, it missed you so much, and just laid around all day. So we decided to put it in some ice and froze it in the ice.
What?
Yeah, for a later time.
Wait, so that wasn't the dog? The dog was probably just waiting. It would have just kept waiting. Why did you put it in ice?
Well, because it was taking up space, and we put that big ice block with the dog inside of it.
Chihuahua.
Well, it was quite a sizable block of ice, if you can imagine.
No, I'm talking about how could the dog take up that much space? It's a chihuahua.
It tended to find its way under our feet every now and then and would nip at us. Chihuahuas are not friendly dogs.
Well, that's probably because you weren't giving it any sort of attention. Really, was it that much to ask for 3 months, for one semester, just to put a little bit of food in a bowl in the mornings and you give a little pet under the chin once a day. I mean, is that so much to ask for?
Well, when there's no reciprocating love, yes, it's a lot to deal with.
Look, Spunky was maybe not the most affectionate dog. But
Maybe, definitely not.
No, he could show affection if you showed it enough back. He would. Do you remember all those times he sat on my lap while we were watching America's Next Top Model?
That was a bond that you and Spunky shared and did not share with your parents.
It's not my responsibility to share that bond. You guys have to do something.
Listen, you wanted to go to Cornell University, which does not allow pets in their dormitories. That is not our fault. We tried to get you to go to a state school and live at home so you could still take care of your
I
pets.
see what's happening. Oh, this is what this. You're upset because I moved further than 75 miles away from the house, and this is what it is. Okay.
I'm upset because now look what's happened. Your dog no longer lives.
You are not upset.
It is
I'm
frozen
upset about this.
In a sizable block of ice, and
you did that.
On top of that, we buried it in the backyard.
What? Why would you need to do that? That doesn't even make any sense.
The freezer wasn't big enough for the block of ice.
What? No, let's just take a step backwards. Why did you need to freeze it?
Well, we wanted to bring it back to life for you at the end when you came back.
So you just did like a homemade, like
Han Solo.
That's not.
We Han Solo'd your dog.
You know, there's a very specific process you need to go through.
Look, your mother and I are not scientists.
I know.
We went to state school. We didn't go to Cornell. Okay, we thought freezing Spunky in a block of ice.
I know what this is.
Refreeze or unthaw and thawing it
because
spring.
I decided to study chemistry at Cornell. This is what it is. You decided you were going to show me how inept you are at science, and at the same time get angry at me because I left home.
I offered you to take the family business, wrecking cars, but you didn't want to take it.
Okay.
And now there is a block of ice.
Don't want to grow
underneath
up
the earth
on a salvage yard the size of fucking Connecticut. Okay?
Where a beautiful tree is now growing.
What, you put a tree over the dog? Why would you do that?
The tree was dying. The tree was dying, and it needed fertilizer.
But you just said
no
the dog
better
was going to be
fertilizer.
frozen so that we could bring it back to life. Clearly, if the tree is using the dog as fertilizer, it's dead. You killed my dog.
No, I think the ice killed it.
I'm gonna call the cops on you. You know how much the cops hate you.
God damn it, I don't want to spend another 18 years in jail.
Bringing it back around to making a murderer.
Oh, man.
Good.
Have you seen that?
Oh, we're about 4 episodes in. I don't know if I can take it anymore.
It's gotten you emotionally gripped, or?
It's like the same thing with me when every maybe 6 or 7 months, I get back into like really heavily following The Intercept and watching Democracy Now!
Yeah.
And I could do it for just a couple weeks, and then I just get so fucking depressed because it's just like the world is shit, and I just can't. And so it's like, I don't even have an opinion about. We've only watched 4, maybe 5 episodes now.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what happens at the end. Whatever. You don't need to tell me. We are going to finish it. I don't have any opinion about his guilt about the murder, but just the.
No, you're gonna get so much more upset.
The fucking ineptitude of the justice system, and just the corruption and all of it, and then. I think what really just turned me off is the lawyer with the fucking glasses for his nephew.
Yeah.
The sleazy, just fucking used car salesman.
Who plays him in a movie? Who's the perfect character?
William H. Macy.
That's exactly what I said.
When he came on, I turned to Meg and I said, "That's fucking William H. Macy from Fargo."
Exactly.
Oh God, it made my skin crawl. It was just so awful.
Oh, he makes another appearance later.
Oh man. There's so much other stuff we need to watch.
No, but it's really good. It's like everything you want in like a crime thriller. Just courtroom crime thriller.
It's just so fucking depressing.
It is really depressing.
Because let me just point this out, and I'm not the first person to point this out, but if can you imagine if this happens to some yokel white dude?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what happens on a regular basis to black guys like fucking everywhere in America?
You know what? I think it doesn't happen to that same extent because there's like less of a need to hide evidence or like create conspiracy if you're trying to incarcerate a black person. It's a lot less work. You don't need to fudge anything. You're just like, oh yeah, sure, of course he's guilty. Here, it looks like they're doing a lot of work to.
Yeah, but my point more is that like, oh fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Here, we'll put the gun down on the ground. That was his gun. I mean, the perfect example of this is this guy that. Oh fuck! No, I don't remember any of the details. This is so sad, actually. The dude, there was a video of the guy running away, and the cop shot him in the back.
Yeah. Eric.
No, it wasn't. No. This is
I know
this
what
is
you
the
mean.
incredibly sad thing is that
It happens so often you can't remember names anymore.
But you see the cop.
Tamir Rice?
No, that was the 12-year-old
right.
who was shot.
With a water pistol.
No, this guy. The cop shoots him in the back, and then you see him put a gun down on the ground.
Yeah.
And if the video wasn't there, that was it. That's the narrative now. Is this guy had a gun?
Yeah.
And whatever. And the fact that he was shot in the back would have been covered up somehow conveniently. So that's my point. Yeah, you're right in that there's just an insane level and layers of just corruption and cover up, but it just shows you like that's not.
Yeah.
It exemplifies a pattern. It doesn't show it. It's not
a little bit more commonplace than we probably think.
It's a lot more commonplace. I guarantee you, it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
All the time.
God damn. Anyways,
See, you got me worked up.
I'm sorry. Just finished the series. People are confused about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a new Netflix docu-series called Making a Murderer about Stephen Avery, who was accused of rape and did 18 years falsely accused of it, was exonerated on DNA evidence, and then 3 years after he was released, he gets caught up in another case. Same like police department, same justice department accuses him of murdering a photographer, and that's it.
Good
Story
sell.
goes from there.
Good sell. All right, folks, we're coming up on the half-hour mark for a short here. That's crazy. You know what? We didn't do one last week though, so it's a twofer.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry for last week. Here's more for this week.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, everybody.
Goodbye.